Hi everybody, it's me Rachel, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing Meet Claudie, an American Girl by New York bestseller author Bennett. Now I got the book, I bought my Claudie Doll not too long ago, and I really love Claudie's book. Claudie, she is from the year 1922. She is from Harlem, New York, growing up in 1922 during the Roaring 20s. And I really love this book. What I really liked with the one thing that's really awesome is that when Bennett was a little girl, she played with her older sister's Addie doll, and she read the Addie books when she was a little girl, and that's really neat because she grew up with an American Girl and her favorite doll was Addie, and she read Addie's books, and she grew up to write an American Girl historical book of her very own, which is really cool and inspirational because I've always wanted to work for American Girl doll since I found American Girl dolls. So it's really inspirational to me and a lot of other little girls who read the book and everything. So I love the book. It was really good. So Claudie, she lives in a boarding house with her mom and her dad and her little brother. Her dad is a World War I veteran. Her mom is a reporter, works for the newspaper. Her little brother is 6 years old, and Claudie's 9 years old. And in the story, Claudie is trying to find her talent. And as she's trying to figure out her talent, she finds out in the book that the lady who runs the boarding house, she is going to be losing the boarding house, and Claudie is trying to figure out a way, try and save her home, which is her boarding house. And when I think of a boarding house, I think of Hey Arnold. And I love Hey Arnold. I like it. It's a really good cartoon. So that was a good series. So when I think of a boarding house, I think of Hey Arnold and everything. So I even remember that there was a Hey Arnold movie at some point, and he had to save the boarding house, but also save the neighborhood. But okay, so let's get back to Claudie's book. So Claudie's book, it's at grade level 3rd and 4th grade reading level, which is pretty spot on. For me, I've been reading American Girl doll books for a very long time, and for me, I have some trouble reading sometimes, and being in special ed growing up, I actually learned to read from American Girl doll books. So for me, reading American Girl doll books are very meaningful to me. I learned to read through American Girl doll books, and me reading Claudie's book, there was some words that might be a little bit hard, but it's fine. I was able to figure it out. But if someone is a similar thing like special ed, there might be some words that are hard, but that's okay. You can read this. How I learned to read was having the book read to me, and then I learned to read through the books myself as I got older. So the grade level is 3rd grade, 4th grade for Claudie's books, and I think a lot of the other American Girl books are also 3rd and 4th grade level, which is great. And what's really cool is that in Claudie's book. There is the advisory board, of course, and the illustrator. American Girl does really great with the advisory board of all their historical dolls. And the beautiful pictures of the illustrations in Claudie's book is really, really cool. It has her meet her friends and her family. It's a great book, and the illustrations, the pictures, illustrations are great. It reminds me of reading the older American Girl books, like the older books, like Samantha, Addie, Kit, all those older, like the original 6 books. So this is really, really great book. And what is really neat is that peek into the past, of course, or I think it's called Inside the Historical's World now, I believe is what they call it now. What is really neat is that it has kind of like a cliffhanger of what happens or what's to come. So that's probably the first time American Girl book has ever done like a cliffhanger book in a book. So it's really neat. And what is also really, really cool, besides the peek into the past, at the end of Peek into the Past, let me find it here. In the end of Claudie's first book, because Claudie was released in 2022, 2 years ago, when Claudie was released, her second book did not come out yet until that following year, 2023, I think. But anyways, so with the inside and the back of Claudie's Meet book, it has a sneak peek at Addie's first book, Fighting Freedom, and that is my baby nephew. So yeah, we're watching my baby nephew. So in this back of the Claudie's book, because it didn't have Claudie's second book as a sneak peek, they put Addie's first book in a preview of Addie's book, which is really cool because, like I said, it says right here, when Bennett was a girl, she read books in the Addie series. So Addie was one of the first original 6 historical characters, so that was really neat that she put that in the end of Claudie's book. So, one thing I noticed with Claudie is that you get the paperback book when you get the Claudie doll, but I've noticed online there is a hardcover version of Meet Claudie, and with the hardcover version, it has a special front. The front, it talks about when Bennett was a girl. It showed pictures of her Addie doll. When she was a little girl, of her Addie doll. And it showed mentioned how Bennett loved American Girl doll when she was a little girl, and she grew up to write Claudie's books. So that's the variant, like that's different from the hardcover book and the paperback book. You have to buy the paperback or hardcover book to get the special introduction of Bennett's introduction, where it shows her picture of her Addie doll. So that's different than the paperback book. And then Claudie's second book is hardcover, which is really cool. Alright, so I really love Claudie's first book. I read it like 5-6 times since I got Claudie. It's a really good book. It's become one of my favorite historical books from the newer historical characters. So this is my review. of Meet Claudie by Bennett. It's so neat. I really like it. I'm going to be getting Claudie's second book soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.